Good day to everyone. I am Erwin Arbriones. So today, I'll be discussing 5.3, which is developing a philosophy of teaching. So here, re-revisit lang natin yung mga philosophies of teaching and how to formulate them. So firstly, what is philosophy of teaching? A philosophy of teaching is a personal, reflective statement that articulates your beliefs, values, and approaches to education. It serves as a guide for your teaching practices and helps communicate your educational perspective to others. So by its meaning, it says that ito yung personal explanation or statement mo about what you believe is important sa education. So, syempre, kasama dito yung beliefs mo, values, approach, or kung paano mo gusto magturo sa isang classroom. So, yung philosophy mo is yun yung nagiging guide mo. So let's now proceed with the 7 major philosophies in education. So firstly, we have here the constructivism. So what is constructivism? It claims that the learner actively constructs his or her own understandings of reality through interaction with objects, events, and people in the environment, and reflecting on this interaction. So sinasabi lang dyan is, students don't just receive information and memorize it. Instead, they build their own understanding through experience or interacting with things na nasa paligid nila. And by that, nakakapag-reflect sila ng new insights and perspective na makakatulong to their own understanding. So, why teach? Constructivism is taught to develop intrinsically motivated and independent learners, adequately equipped with learning skills for them to be able to construct knowledge and make meaning of them. So it helps students to become more independent and confident learners para di sila masyadong nag-over-rely sa kanilang teacher. More on, dito ina-encourage silang magsagot on their own without asking for hint or clues and mga bonuses, ganon. And para by that, nagiging intrinsically motivated sila kasi nakaka-feel sila ng sense of joy and sense of accomplishment kasi nagagawa nila yung task on their own. And by that, nade-develop yung kanilang critical thinking and problem solving. So how to teach? Teachers provide students with data or experiences that allow them to manipulate objects, pose questions, investigate, imagine, and invent. So yung teacher na gumagamit ng constructivism is more on binibigyan nila yung students ng hand-on experiences and real data instead of just discussing or explaining things. Dito, hinahayaan nila yung student na mag-experiment, ask question, and explore problems on their own. So next we have the essentialism. So what is essentialism? It values the essence of each object. Essence refers to the attribute or set of attributes that make an object what it fundamentally is and must have. So this just means that there are certain basic knowledge and skills na dapat alam or matutunan ng students because they are essential or necessary. Why teach? The goal of education is to produce students that can be responsible enough to participate effectively in the society. So yung purpose niya is to help students to become more responsible and knowledgeable members of society para ma-prepare sila na mag-deal na sa mga problem in community and society. So how teach? Teachers emphasize the mastery of the subject matter. They serve as a foundation of information and paragon of virtue. Di ba, ang students is, or ang teacher rather, is the main source of knowledge. And sila din yung nagpa-participate or pa-facilitate na classroom. So more on, ang focus nila is memorization of facts and ideas, tsaka disciplining students to be more respectful. So next, we have here the progressivism. So progressivism holds that education should focus on the whole child rather than on the content or the teacher. This educational philosophy stresses that students should test ideas by active experimentation. So this teaching philosophy is nakapokus naman on the student itself, sa needs niya and sa mga interest niya. So why teach? Progressivism is taught to develop the learner into becoming enlightened and intelligent citizens of a democratic society. So this teaching is aimed niya to help students na mag-grow into more thoughtful, aware, and active citizens of society. By this, na-encourage sila na to think critically and make good decisions since mas nagiging broad yung kanilang understanding. So how to teach? A progressivist teacher employs experiential methods as she believes that learners learn by doing. So yun nga, experiential learning. So which means it's students learn by doing. So by the help of hand-on activities, yung mga tasks, and yung mga real-world experiences like field trips, group projects, and yung mga thought-provoking games para mahon yung kanilang critical thinking. Next is we have the perennialism. So, perennialism is a normative educational philosophy according to which one should teach the things that are of everlasting relevance, and the emphasis should be on principles, not facts. So, this teaching philosophy is believes that schools should focus on teaching ideas and knowledge that will last forever rather than sa mga temporary, irrelevant, or mga trendy topics lang. So why teach? Perennialism is taught to develop the student's rational and moral powers. Generally, there are timeless concepts and facts that cannot be altered, and this need to be transmitted to new generations to keep the continuity of learning. So ang purpose niya is to help students to develop their thinking and moral reasoning skill. It also aims na ma-prepare yung students na maging more thoughtful, wise citizens by teaching them lessons or yung mga facts that cannot be altered, like science, arts, and literature. So how to teach? This philosophy is centered around teachers and students engaged in Socratic dialogues or mutual inquiry session. So, in perennialist classroom, ang teacher is gumagamit ng Socratic dialogue. So, ano ba yung Socratic dialogue? So, ito yung method na when teacher and students ask and answer questions together. So, may involvement ng teacher and students. Next here we have is existentialism. So, existentialism in education focuses on the individual, seeking out a personal understanding of the world. Thus, each individual characterizes for himself or herself the concept of reality, truth, and goodness. So, nakapokus siya on individual student na each person or individual nga is must create their own meaning in life and discover their own truth and purpose in life. So why teach? Existentialism is taught to help students understand and appreciate themselves as unique individuals who accept complete responsibility for their thoughts, feelings, and actions. So, ang existentialist teaching ay tinutulungan yung students na mag-explore to different possibilities in life para they can choose their own path with purpose. So how to teach? An existentialist teacher focuses on the learner's individuality. Learning is self-paced and self-directed. So, ang existentialist teacher is more on and encourage yung students to work at their own pace. Choose topics na they are interested about and express themselves freely. So dito is hinahayaan nila yung students nila to explore their own interests and ideas. Next here is we have the behaviorism. So behaviorism holds that behavior is shaped deliberately by forces in the environment, and that the type of person and actions desired can be the product of design. So yung behaviorism daw is a learning theory that says a person's behavior is shaped by their environment. So it means na how we act daw is mostly influenced lang ng kung anong nangyayari around us. So why teach? Behaviorism is taught to shape the student's behavior by providing a favorable environment. So basically, ang behaviorist teaching is to help students develop positive behaviors like being responsible and respectful para daw makapag-create tayo ng well-structured and well-managed classroom. So how to teach? Behaviorist teachers arrange the environment conditions and make the stimuli clear and interesting to capture and hold the learner's attention. So yun nga, para ma-set yung classroom environment is nagbibigay yung teacher ng clear instructions, rules, sa school, sa room or sa mga tasks, and gumagamit din ng rewards system like praise, points, or small prizes para ma-motivate yung student. And by that is nasa-set yung environment ng classrooms. So lastly is we have here the linguistic philosophy. So linguistic philosophy is the view that philosophical problems could be solved or dissolved either by reforming language or by understanding more about the language that we presently use. Meaning to say, Ang linguistic philosophy daw is the idea that many problems in understanding and thinking come from confusion about language because of how we use words, and language itself is nagkakos ng misunderstanding. So why teach? Linguistic philosophy is taught to develop the communication skills of the learner. That is, the skill to send a message clearly and receive messages correctly. So, for a student to become a good communicators, ang linguistic philosophy is tinuturuan nila yung students na mag-express ng kanilang thoughts clearly and para maintindihan sila ng iba accurately. Since nga ang communication is mahalaga lalo na sa mga students since madalas tayong mag-usap, magsulat and makinig. So with this, madadevelop yung ability nila to share their ideas and ask questions clearly. So how to teach? In a classroom setting, linguistic philosophy is applied by teaching language and communication through experiential way. So yun nga, to apply this in classroom settings, teacher is encouraged na magkaroon ng active and meaningful communication to their students tulad ng discussions, debates, or role-playing para magkaroon ng real connection or communication yung teacher sa kanilang students. So, syempre, teacher as a facilitator, it is their role naman to guide students where they can connect, share their ideas, and express themselves fully. Alright, so let's now proceed with formulating your philosophy. So, you as a teacher, when you formulate your philosophy, dapat daw it's about your beliefs and values kasi it affects how you teach and interact with others in the school community. So, nakalagay dito, your philosophy of education is your window to the world and compass in life. So, dapat daw yung nakikita or naiintindihan natin lahat ng nasa paligid natin kasi sila yung magiging compass or guide natin to formulate our own philosophy. So next naman nakalagay dito is your philosophy of education is reflected in your dealings with students, colleagues, parents, and administrators. So dapat daw yung mga action or beliefs mo like the way you talk to or work or treat everyone in school is magre-reflect siya in your philosophy. So lastly, nakalagay dito is your attitude towards problem and life as a whole has an underlying philosophy. So, dapat daw your attitude or the way you respond sa school or life challenges or yung mindset mo is calm, patient, or nag-iisip ka muna ng maayos before you respond or take an action. Kasi nga, yung mga action mo is or yung mga ginagawa mo is magre-reflect siya sa philosophy mo. And I believe that will be the end of my discussion. Thank you.